The state of California has had a very serious time, 2017 particularly, with fires. Fires in the north of California and fires in the south. You may not know it, but an army, a small army of thousands of firefighters are needed to control these fires and prevent them from doing more damage than they already did. What you may not know is that somewhere between 7 and 10% of the firefighters in California are prisoners from the prison system of the state of California. I began to look into this when I was told of the difference in what they are paid. If you're a regular firefighter and you're hired, you get paid from $10.50 per hour up to $41.34 an hour for your work, which is arduous and dangerous and so on. If you are a prisoner, you get paid $2 a day plus $1 per hour. Folks, that's slave labor. That's making use of people who are not free and paying them very little. It's only possible because the 13th Amendment of the United States Constitution, which outlawed slavery, made an exception if you are being punished for a crime. And so here's my appeal. 1, what kind of rehabilitation, what kind of help are you giving to a person who has the problem of being convicted of a crime by requiring them, they can volunteer as a prisoner? Be a good idea to do what your warden tells you to volunteer for, wouldn't it? What are you doing by imposing slavery on people? And my second question is, why do the working people who are not in jail permit this? Those people being paid very little are taking the jobs of people who could and should be paid appropriately for such difficult and dangerous and socially important work. This is not an acceptable arrangement for either party, and nor should anyone say, gee, prisoners sometimes really do volunteer. I'm sure they do. And the way that's done is to have the prisons so unpleasant, the work inside so difficult, the rehabilitation so minimal, the punishment and the lonely isolation so awful that it's actually better to go out and fight for a fire than to stay in jail. That's not a celebration of voluntary, that's a denunciation of conditions.